Hey everyone, this is Red Silvers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. So we are in Sector 4's underground here on our way to Sector 5's reactor, which is pretty much a carbon copy of the first reactor, except that we start over here and have to take the super crazy fun slide down. And then we can't go back up that way. And there's a slightly different color of paint on the walls to make it stand out. So it's not quite as long of a dungeon as the first reactor. And we also don't have any shenanigans with Jesse and the other members of Avalanche this time around. We do still have save points and everything. I'm not going to save because we're going to come right past this in a moment. We have more dogs. Actually, you're almost out of mana, so I'm gonna save yours. Definitely get in those limit breaks, though. Also, it occurs to me I probably want to put Bayrith in the back row. Oh, that's a huge issue right now. But since he does have a long-range weapon, I think it's... Come on! Don't get the buttons backwards again. I'll put him in the back row, that'll help things out. So the first time I saw this little scene, I didn't catch that the background had changed. It kind of faded into this text box really fast, so I didn't realize that this wasn't us coming into where we just were. So it was a little jarring. I was like, what's going on? And then realized that no, that wasn't actually what was going on. This time we're not going to get a boss fight right when we set the bomb, though. We also don't have to worry about the timer this time around. So we're retracing our steps. We'll get to use her limit break in a minute, but we'll go ahead and start with this. Cure All is a very good spell, especially early on in the game. Just in general, your Arl materia is very useful. So Tifa's limit breaks, you can get either a hit, a miss, or a yeah. Yeah does bonus damage. I think it's double damage. And you can game that. I don't really know how to game the slots in this. Maybe we'll practice at it. Like, there's a way that you can toggle the view of it and it slows down the roll or something like that. That's something I guess I could learn. You can use it to guarantee yourself critical hits with Best Girl's limit breaks. You can use it with another character's limit breaks. Also, you might notice that everything is red instead of blue this time around. That's because I like to change the colors in this game, because every time I go to save. Because the little option lets you change the color is very customizable. You can do really standard look like this, or you can just put crazy rainbow colors and stuff, and it's fun to mess with. And I'm all about that, but I didn't make you guys sit and watch while I did that at the end of the last video. Just to give the videos each their own unique flavor, I guess. So the first time I did this, I thought I had to try and go back up the way that I'd come. Down that fun slide that we did. You can't do that. You gotta go back out the way that you did in the other reactor. What the hey, we'll do fire. So because we didn't do the little materia tutorial, we missed the part where the game explains that materia can affect your stats. And it's a negligible adjustment because characters' stat differences aren't huge in this game. But for example, putting more magic materia will make your magic power higher, but it'll weaken your strength. So you would think, okay, well, giving Barrett a bunch of materia is going to make him weaker. And that's true, but at the same time, with the way that the leveling up of the materia works, if you're not using all your materia, it's kind of a waste. You're getting all this AP that you could use to level up your spells, and you're choosing not to do that. That's kind of suboptimal for the game, at least to me. Granted, the later parts of the game give you way more AP than the beginning, so it balances out. So this puzzle's kind of a pain. So you have to hit the buttons all at once, and you don't know when they're going to do it, so you just kind of have to go right before they do. Ooh. Because I said that I got it on the second try, but sometimes you just sit here and you're tapping it over and over, and you're like, what the heck? So I'm actually going to give a shout out to a friend of mine. A friend, Natara, who's a speedrunner. She does a run of this game, but not this version of it, because I'm playing the PlayStation 1 version. She plays one of the PC versions, and some of the glitches that she does in this speedrun are exclusive to that version. And so, in the last video I mentioned there's a way you can glitch through a wall and skip into Sector 6. That's something I learned from her. But the run that she does in particular, the first half of it seems really basic, and then you get to the second half, and suddenly it starts getting crazy because of the game trying to figure out what disc you're supposed to be on and stuff like that. I can't explain it all really well, but I'm going to be linking that video of that run in one of the posts on Talking Time that I'm going to be doing alongside this. Maybe I'll put a link in the description of this video if I remember to do that. But we're coming up on a cutscene here. Unfortunately, our plan to do the same thing that we did the day before has been met with some opposition. I don't think I ever realized that there's footprints when he comes walking in before. So one of my playthroughs of this game, I named everyone Sephiroth because you can name characters up to 9 letters. And it makes this line kind of silly right here. Because he literally says if you become another Sephiroth. And that's why I didn't mention that Sephiroth would fit in the naming guidelines in this, because I didn't want everyone on Talking Time to vote for Sephiroth as names. And that might seem silly, but there's a run of something on Talking Time where the name is literally gibberish. Like, I think it's one of the Suikoden games, and they had the option to put like triangle, star, circle, X as the name or something like that. And that was the name that won. And so you can see why I would be a bit cautious about something like that, but still wanted to give people the option to vote on names. You know, I don't know if I would want to fly a helicopter inside of a giant power plant. So here we have our second boss fight with Airbuster. We haven't healed up or refilled our mana, but that's okay. Although having Cure All is actually not very beneficial on Floof right now, because he's on the wrong side of the arena to heal everybody at once. But because we have this boss in a pincer fight, we get an advantage here because we get in a lot of back attacks on him. Now, I don't remember all the quirks exactly, but I know that for the party, back attacks don't do more damage. But it can come off that way because your row will change when you're in a back attack. But back attacks do more damage to enemies. Like, that big shot just wrecked his life. So that was a pretty quick boss fight. Alright, and because we're manipulating the date here, we have another option coming up here that's going to affect that. So basically, you have 2 lines here. He's telling Barrett to be strong. I love that. This isn't the end. Alright then, later. There's some quirks to the translation like that I just love. So much for the Sector 5 reactor. So I like this scene. They don't ever really quite explain all of it. It's just kind of something that makes more sense when you know what's going on. But basically, he's not sure who he's talking to. So we just fell from the top half of the city to the lower half of the city, but everything's fine. Just give her that shrug, Floof. So yeah, you can't run through the middle of the flowers. Isn't that nice? You're gonna be nice about that. So you would think this would affect stuff, but it doesn't actually affect things. Which you would think saying this would make her angry, but it doesn't affect anything. So we'll be nice. You'd think, like, oh, I got nothing to talk about, or stuff like that. It's kind of odd that it doesn't affect anything. So once again, another name voted by the audience here. So, in this game, they translate it as Eris, but it's supposed to be Aerith. And because of that, the idea here is that you're just putting Airy X because the X stands for whatever. So I thought that one was kind of funny. It's right up there with, like, Bayrith. So that's funny, he comes in here and it's like, don't worry about me. Okay, fine. We'll leave you alone. And now all of a sudden, the guy that said not to worry about me is a threat. So I'm curious how Reno of the Turks is going to play out in the remake, because he seems to have a different personality in Advent Children. So I feel like he would be different than the way he comes off in this game. That could just be the difference between having spoken dialogue versus reading text boxes. Since you can't get a hint of the tone of voice. Like, that could have totally come off as in a joking way, but it doesn't come off that way in the text, if that makes sense. I forgot to go into the menu while I had both of them in my party. Alright, so we're going to tell her to hold on a minute. And then we're going to come mess with these barrels. Or we're going to get in a random encounter, because sure, why not? Yeah, see, like, we took a back attack, we did 4 damage. They hit us again, 4 more damage. So we didn't actually take any more damage from being hit in the back. I mean, I could change rows so I could do more damage, but... that was actually a really good way to practically show off what I was trying to explain. So we told her to wait. There's these barrels up here. We're going to push one. But the trick is we're not going to push it in the order that we should. So we'll push this one. And she's going to be like, "What are you doing?" And then she's going to have to fight anyway. The problem with her fighting on her own is that she's in the back row, so she's not going to do a lot of damage, but they're not going to hurt her too much. But we can jump up to the front row. Which will at least help our damage output, since we don't have any materia or anything. If you push the right barrel, it's better for helping out her affection rate. If you tell her to fight, it doesn't help her affection rate, but it's not as good as... if you push the wrong barrel, then you're gonna affect things the most. So now we're gonna go hit the barrel that we should have used last time. And I mean, we're giving her some experience, too. That soldier turned into 2 dogs. I do feel like this is a bit counterintuitive if you're playing the game normally, but at the same time, if you're playing the game normally and you don't know all this stuff, you don't know what barrels to push anyway. Or you don't know that pushing the barrels is better than, or worse than doing one thing or the other. I could have put her in the front row. I didn't want to do that while there were two of them. Just because. And there's actually 3 barrels that we have to push, but as you can see now, like the one that we should have put before would have landed on the stairs and helped her. But now we're way over here and it's not going to do anything. Alright, we're just going to go for it this time. Especially if they're going to miss, that'll be just great. So that first time we actually got a critical hit with her. But I mean, you can see they knew that you were going to be fighting with her solo. And you don't have any chance to equip her and stuff like that, so it's not crazy challenging. Look, she got half a level out of doing all that. Now she's pretty much free to come and catch up with us. Well, since they're all in the back row, backwards, I guess we'll hit them first. And any chance I get to use one of their limit breaks, especially their first stage limit break for the level, we're going to be using it. Because that's how we're going to earn their level 2, their second level 1 limit breaks. Okay, just walk past me when I'm trying to meet up with you, that's fine. And now, that church is really tiny. You know the stuff, just that usual stuff. I think this is our only chance seeing this little screen here. Come on, Cloud, she's running around in a long skirt. So one nice thing about doing this on a replay is there's a lot of little lines that you catch that take on a different tone. Also, this is a great song. So this song is called Beneath the Rotting Pizza, which is such a silly name for a song, but it just makes the song stand out that much more because it's memorable. Well, I guess you're gonna get your lightning materia back, actually. We have a lot of stuff we can equip right now. So we don't have room for all of our materia, so I guess we're gonna be skipping out on one of our restores. No, materia, please. So actually, I'm gonna do this. Alright, we don't have to miss out on anything. Now they can both have a cure. And since I don't need cure all, I can have offensive magic spread out. I don't know if fire is going to be any better than having lightning or ice all, but if I remember right, there's not very many enemies weak to ice in this game at all. We can't go that way yet because they have invisible plot walls. Well, we might as well do this. This guy are sick. And he's notable just because of that translation. He also has a tattoo of the number 2, which is odd. But back in the good old days of the old unreliable internet, back when people would post rumors that you couldn't confirm or deny very easily, someone posted this whole long bit about this guy in this pipe and how he was involved in a side quest. It was really hard to do. And it led to undoing one of the game's biggest twists. But anyway, there was this whole side quest that keyed around getting a key item earlier in the game than you should and helping that guy that was sick. And it was all BS, but always remember that whole post about that guy in the pipe being called the General and all that stuff. So here, we're going to check this drawer. There's money there. We're going to leave it. And we're going to look at this flyer right here, which is part of a mini game. There's flyers hidden around the game. One of them is permanently missable. But if you find them all, it will open up something as a reward later on. I don't know what any of these shops are. Don't have a lot of gil to spend though. I'm not worried about having tents and stuff yet. This is probably all the materia that we've already got. It is. Still always good to check out. Sometimes you get other stuff. That one kind of amused me. And we can buy more of that same bangle that we just got. I don't really need the materia slots yet. So we'll just buy one for Eric's. But usually, that's what you're buying better equipment for, is the chance to have more materia or to have better materia growth. Speaking of materia, actually, there's some stuff out here. So actually now we have another slot, so... And Eric's here is kind of more of our mage type. I mean, we can look at our stats here. Actually, I guess right now, Floof is more of a mage, but that's because he's got 4 levels on her. Anyway, I'm going to give him cover, that way he'll get more hits from enemies, which means he'll use his limit breaks more. Which means that he can learn that other limit break faster. Is Best Girl a girl? That's funnier with the name. Yeah, that's right. Remember, time only passes in these kind of games when the plot demands it. Once again, this is something that stands out more having replayed the game than it did the first time I played it. So this is like a little stealth area. If you just go straight through, she hears you. She comes after you. If you go straight in your door, you're definitely gonna get caught. So you want to hug the wall so you don't step on the creaky floorboard. And walk, not run. Because if you run, she'll catch you again. And since her house doesn't have a toilet like the other one, I don't know what we're supposed to do if we need to use the bathroom, but hey. We're just going to ignore her this time and go right on past. Once you're down here, it don't matter. You can run away all you want. I don't know where her mom ran off to, but... that's not going to happen. So despite trying to sneak off, nope, she's there. She's back. Oh, are we gonna run into that enemy? Nope. That's not the enemy I was hoping to see. I was about to say that cover materia is not doing a whole lot of good, and then as soon as I went to think of saying that, they decided they were gonna prove me wrong. So her limit breaks are actually really good because she gets all these defensive and healing limit breaks. And you know, since she just took a beating to get a limit break, it usually means that you're in some need of healing. So anytime that you can get a free limit break from stuff like that and then get yourself back up and running is great. Not enough to get her that level up though. Also, I don't know why there's a giant cheese grater in the whole floor here, but... this was the thing that drove me nuts. This looks like it's a bridge from up there. But it's actually how you get on here. But I want to see that one enemy. If I can. The monster house. A monster disguised as a house to hide in an urban area. Because that's just a thing that they do in this game. But it's actually this big mechanical monstrosity. Why is that an enemy that's in this game? I don't know. Because that's what they decided to do. Oh, I was trying to do his limit break. Oh well. I'm in the back row, so it's not going to do as much, but oh well. It did enough. And actually, this wouldn't be a bad way to farm her limit breaks early on, because you can give her cover, never take the hits as long as you keep an eye on her. And then the limit breaks would heal her up. So we're gonna say we're gonna take her home. Also, that wall that I mentioned that you could skip through, this is the other end of it. So you basically would go through the wall and end up here, which is kind of how the game was designed. If we were able to go through that door right there, that would take us to Sector 7. So you'd basically skip through to this part of the game. I'm not sure how they got on top of there without using the ladder that's conveniently over on the right side. Board Cloud is just like, nope. And yeah, she actually left your party for a little bit there. And here's Wall Market. Sadly, with the route that we're taking through the game, we're not going to get the full Wall Market experience that some of you might be expecting. Although there's not a lot of shopping that we want to do here. Oh, I think I need to talk to somebody somewhere else first. Keep that in mind for later. Okay, so I think this guy here, we talked to him. Oh, I was talking to the wrong guy, that's why. Alright, so now we know that she's with the Dawn. And we can head up this way. I had to try to do it out of order, that was the problem. Oh dear. Alrighty, well, I think this is going to be a good place to stop it for now. We can deal with what we're going to be doing in Wall Market in the next video. There are different actions that you can take that determine how this area plays out. But for our particular purposes, we kind of want to do the worst of the options. So we're going to go ahead and save here in Wall Market. And we will go chasing after Best Girl next time. And as always, until next time, this has been Red Silvers. Have yourself a good night.